Hi folks, welcome to episode 3 of my van to camper van build series. Now there's been a lot of work done on the van since the last video, so here's a quick update on all of the progress that's been made since episode 2. The first thing I did is get the windows fitted. In episode 2 I took out all the panels where the windows were going to go, and pretty much straight after filming that I took the van up for the windows to go in. I got 2 solid windows in the back of the van, one in each barn door, a solid window in the sliding door of the van, and an opening window just behind the driver. I put an opening window there as that's where the cooker's going to be, and I've got the option of having a little bit more ventilation when I'm cooking or if the van gets too hot. I didn't put an opening window in the sliding door. If I want more ventilation there, I'll just open the door. All of the windows have a privacy tint that make the van feel so much bigger from the inside and make it look so much more like a camper from the outside. I also had the tow bar done. Now when I had that done, I had the option of a fixed flange tow bar or a swan neck. I went for the fixed flange. It sits a little bit further away from the bumper, so when I've got the bike rack on, the bikes are a little bit less likely to whack off the back doors of the van and cause some damage. I also had the option of a dedicated wiring loom or a universal kit. I went for the dedicated one. It wasn't that much more expensive, and it means when I've got the bike rack on, the van knows that, so when I engage reverse, the parking sensors don't go nuts. I also really didn't like the idea of splicing into my existing wiring loom, which I'd have to do with the universal kit. After the tow bar was done, I then fitted the rear mud flaps. Now this was really easy to do. They just screw into the side of the bumper, the bottom of the bumper, and a bracket goes up to an existing bolt on the bottom of the van. They look pretty good and keep a lot of the mud and spray off the back of the van. Finally, I fitted some alloy wheels. Now this really wasn't a priority, but the ones I wanted came up at a price that I couldn't turn down, with near enough brand new tyres on. They're genuine VW alloy wheels. You can get these ones as an optional extra on a transporter if you buy one new. They're known as Clayton alloys. They look great and they're exactly the same tyre and wheel size as the steel wheels I had on before. The van drove really nicely with the steel wheels on, so I didn't want to deviate away from that tyre size. Now I'm expecting a call over the next few days to get the pop top done. And I've said to the company that are going to do that for me that I'll take out the bulkhead and all of the ply lining from the inside of the van, to make it as easy as possible for them, and because I want to do as much as I can. So I'm going to get that started now. I also need to take out the passenger front seat. Now this is quite easy, it just unbolts out the floor, but there's some electrics going for a framework that's attached to the seat. So I'm going to disconnect those, take them out the framework, connect them back up. They should then tuck into that little recess down there and get covered up nicely. The seat will then come out, and then I need to remove the brackets that were holding the bulkhead in. So there's this one here, which I believe just unbolts. I'll take this plastic piece of trim off and unbolt that. It's the same with that one there. And the one at the bottom is actually welded in. So I'll have to cut all those welds, take all that out, and then seal up all the exposed metal so it can't rust. And then it's the same on that side. So that's the van ready for the pop top to go on. I've taken out the passenger seat, the bulkhead, the brackets that held the bulkhead in. I've also sealed up any bare metal that's been created by chopping those brackets out. I've then taken out all the ply lining and any trim from the back of the van. So I'm going to take it down now for the pop top to go on, and hopefully it won't be too long before we get the van back. So I've got the van back with a pop top on and it looks absolutely brilliant. It's so much less obvious than I thought it was going to be with the pop top down, and it creates a lot more room on the inside than I thought it was going to with the pop top up. I've gone for a Skyline pop top in white to match the rest of the van with a slate black canvas. Now, although this is a standard pop top setup, I have gone for a couple of optional extras which I think are well worth having. The first thing I went for is this hatch cover. Now, without the hatch cover, when the roof's down and put away, you can usually see the canvas for the roof and the straps that hold it down. The hatch cover just slides over that, covers everything up and makes it look real neat and tidy. The second thing I went for is a bifold bed. Now, a normal bed system just has a single hinge, which is this one here, but the bifold bed has another one. And what that means is when you push the bed up out the way, you get an extra couple of inches of headspace towards the back of the van. Super useful for me. I'm just over 6'2", so the more headroom I can get, the better. The final thing I went for is this memory foam mattress. It's quite comfy and it fits perfectly on top of the bifold bed, making use of all of the available space. The other thing I really like about it is I can leave it up here all the time. It doesn't interrupt with the way the roof comes down, so I don't need to worry about storing it elsewhere. A company called Scenic Campers fitted my pop top for me and have done an absolutely brilliant job. While it was in, I also asked them if they could carpet all of the metalwork from the canvas all the way down to the floor. There's no way I wanted to be touching a knife or a pair of scissors anywhere near that canvas, so they've done that, and they've also put in a couple of cables for my lights. Once that carpet goes on, it's really difficult to get behind it and feed any cables through, so they've done that, making my life much easier a couple of weeks down the line when I come to do the lights. I must say a massive thank you to the guys at Scenic Campers. They've done a brilliant job on my pop top and been really helpful. I will leave a link down below to their website and their social media platforms so you can check out some of their work and see what they have to offer. Now, I'm not going to show you how the pop top goes up and down. I'd like to do that in a separate video altogether. I will say though, it's very easy to do and it doesn't take very long at all. That'll do it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and I will see you in the next one.